That concludes resolutions and bylaws. Next is the mayor's report, and I'm pleased to provide the report for the period of January 7th through the 21st, 2014. First, I'll note that there were a number of meetings over the last 2-week period. Just to highlight some of these, January 9th, the Public Safety Committee met, and January 10th, the Development Review Committee met. I just want to remind residents again that all committee meetings of council are open to the public, and the public is encouraged to attend should they wish. And I know that administration is now posting those meetings so that the public is aware and again able to attend. On January the 13th, I did attend along with Councillors Beyer and Councillor Collada the Lions Seniors Housing meeting, and I just want to say again, I'm very pleased with the progress that is being made on the seniors housing. We've identified this as a priority for our community. It is my understanding and conversations with the previous Minister of Housing that a call for proposals will be coming out in the near future. And again, this committee is going to ensure that the City of Thompson is ready when that call comes. So I want to thank those members of council that are serving on that committee, but also all those community volunteers as well. I will note that council is back into budget deliberations. On January the 14th, we held our first budget meeting for this year. We still have a number of meetings, I think, before we get through, and we're looking at every opportunity to find resources and ensure that they're spent appropriately. On January the 16th, I had the opportunity to attend the Industrial Skills Trades and Training Center board meeting. This is a board that is established and led by UCN, but includes the major industry stakeholders in the region, looking at the creation and construction of a industrial skills, trades and training facility. This is something that is clearly long overdue. I look forward. We have been advised that there will be a meeting in the very near future with the Deputy Minister, and I think that's going to be an opportunity for industry and the other members to clearly show the province of Manitoba that a long-term investment in a trade centre in our community would be well justified and dollars well spent. In terms of some of the other things, I just want to provide a bit of a reminder. First off, I was informed today and very disappointed again that we have some reckless individuals in the community. I understand there is a snowmobile track within 10 feet of the open water near the Burntwood Bridge. Again, I can only say it is reckless, it is stupid, and I ask the public to have more common sense. Because at the end of the day, Chief Mascarene and his personnel will be asked to perform duties that are clearly preventable. So, as we saw today, safe operations pays off and common sense pays off. So please pay attention to both. Saying that, I want to address one of the big issues over the last week or so, and that has been the condition of the roads in our community. And I've had the chance to speak with the Director of Public Works, Wayne Kaversky, often over the last few days. I can tell you that Wayne is using all the resources available to him to address the challenges that we've faced. Again, November we had record snowfalls. December we had record cold temperatures. I make no excuses. Both Wayne and I agree. We want to see the roads in better condition than we have seen them. We are trying. We have been challenged by lack of resources over the last little while, mainly relating to having enough staff personnel to get the equipment out. And I want to say it is not a budget consideration whatsoever. We are fortunate in the City of Thompson because we do budget for snow removal largely, which is staff driven. I'll note, and it's interesting because I had this thought earlier on, what you're seeing right now in terms of the condition of the road, because of our inability to get the crews out, is largely what we saw 6-8 years ago, before we went to the second shift, before we went to the additional equipment. And I can tell you that we are on the streets. We're likely just completing our shift now. We have had the sander out. We understand the conditions are very slippery. We ask people to drive with caution. We've been hit with light snowfalls immediately after going into certain areas. I visited one area Friday afternoon that we had just completed clearing. I went back out Saturday, and many people would have guessed we hadn't even been there. We are out every day. We'll continue to do that. We operate on the basis of safe operations. We use our priority system. We're in and around the school areas. I know there were concerns even today. Mr. Kaversky and I have had an opportunity to discuss. We're getting to them, and that is our plan. We will continue in our efforts to address this. We're hoping the weather cooperates for the next number of days, but I can tell you that it is a firm commitment of this council to ensure that our roads are some of the best in Manitoba. I believe we have the best crews. They are committed. They care. We just have to make sure we get all our resources out and going, and I know we have a plan to ensure we're able to do that. So again, I ask for people's patience. I ask for caution. I understand that driving conditions are challenging in terms of the ruts. Please slow down, and again, common sense comes into play. In terms of some of the upcoming things, again, I want to note that there is a Recreation Community Services meeting that will be held tomorrow at the Thompson Regional Community Center, 12 noon, and I believe in the Mary Fensky Boardroom. Again, the meeting is open to the public, and I encourage the public to participate if they so desire. Also, in light of that, I encourage all members of the public to contact members of council and our administration if they see issues or concerns. I think all too often many of the public think that we know or are aware of every situation out there. I can tell you that often is not the case, and I appreciate when the public takes the time to phone and provide information, and we will try and endeavor to do whatever we can to address those issues. Lastly, the weather, although we took a bit of a turn this morning and this evening in terms of the cold weather, Winterfest is upcoming February the 1st. We've got a great agenda for the month, and we're going to kick it off on Saturday the 1st with fireworks, and we're going to have events, including children's events, throughout the month. I encourage the public to get out and enjoy it. Once that weather breaks a little bit and warms up, this is some of the best time in the year, and we can do all sorts of things. I know that some will be cautious because I think we have a lot of winter testers in, so they like that cold weather. So maybe at night they can test. Very good. That is my comments. I'm going to ask if any members of council have anything they wish to add in terms of events they might have attended. Councillor Clatta.
Thank you. On the morning of Tuesday the 14th, I attended the kickoff breakfast for the Lions Ride for Sight. We had 5 out-of-town people come to Thompson and travel along with the Thompson people. On the first day, they went to Snow Lake, Flin Flon, and spent the night in the Paw. Usually the communities along the way arrange for a dinner or a breakfast for them. It was the coldest ever ride that they've done, and their revenues are down a bit, but they haven't calculated the final amount. But they raise a large amount of money every year by driving from Thompson to Brandon on snowmobiles, and they arrived in Brandon on Saturday.
Excellent. I appreciate that update. Any further updates, Councillor Lafreniere?
Thank you. Just 3 meetings to report on that I attended as the council rep. Earlier it was mentioned the Thompson Housing Agency, also had the Thompson Recycle Center meeting and the Thompson Urban Aboriginal Strategy meeting, which I think the news about that is tomorrow there's a consultation happening with partners, so people who are working towards the Urban Aboriginal Strategy here in Thompson are invited to attend, and it's at the Friendship Center.
Thank you. Now, Councillor Robinson.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. I want to touch on the comments you made about snowmobilers crossing the river. For those brave hearts out there who think they're courageous and willing to risk their lives, they're not thinking about the novice drivers out there that may want to follow in their tracks and possibly drown. Not to mention that if Fire Chief Mascarene and our staff are called, their lives are also put in danger. So let's ask the public to keep an eye out for each other and try to discourage those courageous people who like to risk their own lives. Thank you.
Thank you. And the last comment I'm going to make is we've got a member of the media that is leaving Thompson, heading down to the PAW, Jared Snyder, who has been just tremendous to work with. I have to tell you, we do the radio show every Thursday, and about 6 o'clock every Thursday morning, I get a reminder on my phone. I got him figured out pretty much that 8:30 is a much better time for me. But Jared's done a real good job. He's been a big supporter of the city of Thompson. He's got his Denver Orange Crush shirt on because he's a huge Broncos fan. Jared, I want to thank you for everything you've done for the city of Thompson. I wish you all the best in the PAW, and I understand doing the play-by-play for the OCM Blizzard?
Yes.
Excellent.
Thanks.
We'll be able to listen to you. Very good. That is, council, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.